Hello, buddy. I'm Technovoid, your host and Peppermint Prince, and with me is Hamsterwings, your favorite Pokemon analyst, here with Week 1 of Season 4 of Trouble Double Drafts.
What is a Peppermint Prince?
I said the first thing that came to my mind. I just wanted to say I'm your host and something else, and it had two words that started with, you know what? Pokemon. OJ Otter versus Feanor is the first match of Quickball that we're talking about. By the way, this season we will be talking about both divisions in a single video since there's fewer of them. We'll also be doing that with the thing later, so don't worry about it. It's great. Tell me about this match.
Yeah. So they both have their S tiers, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy can potentially go in. I don't know. It's kind of hard for it to. Mainly because of Lucario and Suicune kind of just wall it out.
Mm-hmm.
Lele, on the other hand, does definitely go in, being stopped only by Scrafty and Escavalier.
Mm-hmm.
Even Jellicent can kind of break through. Dracovish, definitely a good Pokemon to have. I'm sure Jellicent was brought specifically to counter it with Water Absorb.
With Water Absorb, absolutely.
Other picks I like, Suicune. Obviously, just a good Pokemon. I think Blaziken generally is pretty good in Psychic Terrain because it becomes immune to priority and it eventually gets fast, even though it starts off very slow.
Yeah. When it comes to what I think Escavalier is a great pick into this team.
I agree.
When it comes to Scrafty, I'm a little concerned because on one hand, Scrafty I feel like type-wise does very well here, but only if it's like potentially running like an Intimidate set or like a Moxie set. I feel like with Fake Out and some of its other stuff, its priority gets blocked, and like 4 of these Pokemon have Inner Focus.
Inner Focus,
which means that Fake Out's a really bad idea, and it's really
not only that, their Inner Focus makes them immune to Intimidate if he has it.
Oh shit! Really? Did they change that? So I mean, I feel like this has to be like a Moxie Scrafty. This has to be like a Z move Scrafty if it's gonna be successful here. Yeah, there's... How do you feel about Rotom Heat here?
I think Rotom Heat's necessary.
Okay.
I think he just needs it. I think, like, it might even be necessary to pack Electrium Z to kill the Suicune.
Yeah. I was very surprised to not see Kartana, since that beats Lele.
Yeah, Kartana would have been hard to use here because a lot of his team is Trick Room reliant, but I think necessary regardless.
Okay. Alright, so shall we get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's
first match of Season 4.
Do it. Hopefully it goes well, and not terribly at all.
So the leads are Jellicent Scrafty versus Lele and Suicune, I think?
No, Lele and Dracovish. So this is already looking good for Feanor in terms of having the Lele out, or rather the Jellicent out against the Dracovish. So
Scrafty has already revealed that it does not Intimidate.
Yeah, so very likely Moxie. Switches out probably because Lele's on the field, but he brings in something else that is weak to Fairy and Dragon.
Yeah.
So a bit confusing there.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
I think that probably the switch-in was Escavalier.
Okay, yeah. And
Generally,
goes for the crunch.
Goes for the crunch. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Assuming he was packing Water Absorb.
Takes a lot of damage there, and he gets up the Trick Room, which is going to be very
up.
good. Although he goes for Giga Drain here, which is not super effective.
Yeah, I really think he should have gone for Draco there. Just kill the Dracovish straight out.
Yeah, but instead...
Especially since Alolan Executor was already going to die this turn to Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, it had no chance of surviving that. So in comes DNC. And switches into this
it can't really Mega because it needs to be slow.
Yeah, it needs to be slow and tanky right now, which is not good for it. Gets in a Play Rough on what was going to be a Dracovish. Suicune's in now. Energy Ball's not going to hurt that at all. Good switch in there.
Takes a good 8%.
Yeah, Jellicent is back. Megahorn misses.
Megahorn, which would have knocked out Lele and basically anything except Crobat that wanted to switch in there. So if Dracovish came in there, it would have killed. It would not if he went for Iron Head. That's why he went for Megahorn. But unfortunately, Megahorn does do that thing where it misses.
Where it misses sometimes, yeah. So the better play there would have probably been to use Iron Head. But if you were expecting a switch in, which he was, Megahorn is probably the safer play. But of course, yeah, problems there. The Water Absorb works out though.
Yeah, brings in the Jellicent to take that.
Yeah.
Does not quite die to the Energy Ball.
And here we go. Now the Iron Head takes it out.
To take out the Lele.
That's very good. Strength Sap. That's not going to be super great against a Suicune, but, you know, hey. And the Scald here, very unfortunate burn here.
Yeah. Trick Room does end, though, so it was not getting off another attack first.
Yeah. Now he goes for a Protect. What Trick Roomers does he have?
I assume this Jellicent has Trick Room, because it used it earlier.
Yeah, it used it earlier, yeah. Yeah, so Shadow Ball goes down. It was probably going for another Trick Room, but yeah, the target into
Alolan Executor is the other thing that could have Trick Room, and it's gone now.
It's gone, yeah. So in comes Michael Wave. Not a good lead in here, especially because we now see that this Dracovish is scarfed into Rock Slide.
Yeah, the Dracovish has revealed Scarf.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if it's revealed, because Feanor's team is very, very slow.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Dracovish went before Lele should show that it is scarfed.
Is it? It's not gonna show up. Yeah. But so we now know that it is scarfed into Rock Slide. So bringing in Rotom maybe not a great idea. Escavalier was probably still a pretty good pick to have in here, although its slowness is not great.
It's slow and it's just not strong when it's burnt.
Yeah.
Escavalier is kind of death fodder at this point.
Mm-hmm. He goes for the Scald. Yeah, he's gonna lose that Rotom.
Scald reveals that he is in fact offensive Suicune.
Alright, so this Scrafty's time to shine. What's he gonna do? He's gotta do something. Oh. Goes for the Fake Out, but Inner Focus.
Yeah, the Suicune was not exerting its pressure.
Yep. And so, down goes DNC. Now, at this point, DNC was not in Trick Room, so Mega-ing and going first, it wouldn't have killed the Suicune, so it still would have died on that turn. But, like, I guess the thought process here was that Lucario can Bullet Punch it, so he wants to keep his defenses up. But I really think Mega-ing would have gotten him potentially an extra differential pun like Lucario, maybe.
Yeah, I think Mega-ing was definitely the play there.
Yeah.
Even risking the Bullet Punch.
Yeah. Alas. So Escavalier's back in, so not looking good for Feanor, so now he's going for the close combat. Actually, was the Lucario? What did the Lucario do last turn? No, he faked out. Oh no, it was a Dracovish.
It just switched in.
It switched in, so there was a Dracovish on the field. So I see no good reason for him to not Mega there.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. Oh well. So there everything goes. Escavalier actually lives, uses Fell Stinger of all things, and kills itself with its Life Orb, denying a kill from the Suicune.
Yep.
That match did not go well, I think, for Feanor. Feanor made a lot of bad calls. OJ didn't really have a need to play differently than he did, I guess.
Yeah, he played very safe.
Yeah, he played completely safe.
Got a 5-0 out of it. So
yeah, so congratulations, OJ, on your first win, and a solid 5-0. Yeah, Feanor definitely made some pretty big mistakes this match. So moving into the next one, unless you got anything else to say.
Not really. Just kind of everybody getting used to their new teams. No worries.
If there was some sort of advice we could give to Feanor going into the following week, I feel like something regarding the reliance on Trick Room versus having your non-Trick Room things. Like, what do you think is a good way to...
I think it's important for him to only ever run half Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you need DNC and Kartana to be fast. Always.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, Mega-ing the DNC when you had the Trick Room up, I do understand why you didn't, but after that, it just... Yeah, you needed something fast, even if it wasn't killing Suicune. But that's a big problem with OJ's team, is he does have a lot of very tanky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, well, moving into the second match, Eggpling versus Number. How are we feeling about these drafts? I like Celesteela and Mamoswine into this. Mamoswine's kind of ridiculous.
Mamoswine takes over this match if Rotom goes down.
Yeah, Mamoswine just, it's got a really good moveset against these Pokemon.
The only thing that could potentially harm it once Rotom goes down is Conkeldurr.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Aggron, but if Aggron's weakened at all, Mamoswine's killing it.
Yeah. I mean, Crustle, we've talked about how Crustle's sort of a weird pick in general, but I think it works generally well. And here, Stormy's got, pretty big weaknesses to ice and rock specifically. So anything like that is going to be good. Overall, this team, I think Egg's team could really go either way on the speed control. As for Stormy's team, it's looking pretty. I don't want to say it's looking pretty fast. It's both the teams are pretty, I feel like, even in that regard.
I mean, Shaman is notably faster than everything else. Same with Thunderous.
Okay. So what are your thoughts? What are the big threats here?
Seeing as we already know that Chandelure is scarfed, that is fast. Although I would, in most games, I think it's pretty safe to go into the game assuming a Chandelure is scarfed.
Yeah, I mean, it's unsafe to assume it's not.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So where's the smart money at on this one?
If I had to bet on a winner, it would definitely be Egg because that Mamoswine is just so threatening.
Yeah.
Celesteela is incredibly hard to break if Thundurus goes down. If Thundurus goes down, Chandelure has to do a lot of guesswork to get rid of Celesteela.
For sure. Yeah.
So I really think there's a heavy advantage to Egg. He just has a draft that beats Stormy's.
Yeah, I mean, especially that Mamoswine. If that Mamoswine stays out of the match until things like Conkeldurr and Aggron are dead, and Rotom, it just goes ham.
Yeah, if Egg understands that Mamo is his late game win condition, it's very, very hard for him to lose.
Yes, Stormy has definitely an uphill battle going into this one. So, how are you feeling about these leads?
Egg leading off with walling Titans, and then Stormy going out to her own.
And Chandelure tries to get the overheat here, goes for that protect, but the protect is there, and the Trick Room is now up, which means Chandelure is in a bit of a sticky wicket.
Yeah, he's gonna be a very slow boy.
Crustle comes in here. Now this was not a good play here because Chandelure and Thundurus are kind of weak to the same things.
Yep, they are both weak to rock, which
yeah.
Your Meteor Beam goes off, and now the Celesteela is +2 in Trick Room.
Yeah, this is a really rough Celesteela. Crustle is not going anywhere. Sorry, Aggron. Stormy does have things to deal with Trick Room. She also has very slow Pokemon.
Conkeldurr comes out, which probably immediately gets air slashed.
Yep, see ya, Conkeldurr. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Stormy, even though she does have Trick Room mons, she's not prepped specifically for Trick Room. Whereas Egg has his EVs very set up for Trick Room, so he's gonna be slower.
I don't think there was ever a reason to protect with Aggron there. I think Aggron had to do attacks.
Yeah, probably.
And you had to save your protects for later in the Trick Room.
Yeah, now this Rock Slide is gonna take out Chandelure. It's too fast, can't do anything. And the Flash Cannon's gonna do a fatty amount. That is a +3.
Yep, and Thunder Punch, even crit, only does 70%.
Yeah, this is a tanky Pokemon. And in comes Rotom. Rotom is, I think, the only chance Stormy has left until Trick Room goes down.
Yep, it has to take out Celesteela here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it goes for... It does survive the Air Slash, which is really nice, even from +3. It goes for Thunder Wave, paralyzing it, which, just killing it there was the play, honestly.
Yeah, you had to kill it there.
You had to
Even though Trick Room goes down, you just needed to get rid of it.
Yeah, it goes for the Pain Split.
Pain Split to recover a little bit. Yep.
Makes sense. The Thunder Punch is not going to go through, which means Crustle's going to get another hit. Unfortunately,
definitely prefer that to miss Rotom than Aggron.
Yeah, for sure. But now goes for the Hydro Pump, takes that out, and then this. So Stormy gets a little bit of her what she wants back, but at this point,
Rotom's so low, Aggron's so low that Mamoswine solo wins this game.
Yes, yeah, it goes through Shaman completely. If Trick Room goes back up, Stormy literally can't win, and if Mamoswine comes back up, she can't win either. So
her Shaman, I believe, is sashed, but unfortunately, the rocks are up, so yeah. Mamoswine takes care of that immediately as well.
Yeah. So Ampharos just doing what it does, hitting the Slowbro. Slowbro lives because of the Citrus Berry, hilariously, and gets it up. And
very slow cane.
That's GG. Yeah, There's no coming back from this one. Kills his own Slowking.
Amphro's taking out his friend. I don't really know what's wrong with him. He's kind of a bully.
Kind of a bully. He did have T-Bolt. Basically, Egg wanted to make sure that both things died.
I understand that you're feeling like a cool kid now that you have awesome hair, but scale it back a little bit.
Yeah, a bit rude. Rude, my man. That was uncool. Yeah, I mean, good match from Eggplink here. He knew he clearly had a good grasp on what his win cons were that match.
Yeah,
and he did that very well. Stormy made a couple of unfortunate switches early, which set her back really fast, and she just didn't really have a way to recover from them between the switch in from Chandelure into Thundurus, and then also the Aggron Protect. It just, yeah. I think really Rotom had to come in earlier.
Yeah, and I don't think she had just enough knowledge of what Celesteela can do in Trick Room.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Celesteela is always something you need to watch out for. But good match regardless. Going into Quick Ball 3, Post versus Whiskey Tattoo. Whiskey's first appearance in TDD, so this is pretty hype. Also,
please do note that that is Urshifu Rapid Strike, even though it shows up on Team Preview as Single Strike.
Yeah. And this is also, a Sun versus Rain team. Gotta have one. Every season, there's gotta be one Weather War, at least.
Yup.
So how are you feeling about these matchups?
I give the advantage to Post. Very hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of Freeze Ray? Or what?
I think it's mostly just the combination of Gastrodon and Venusaur.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
And then Freeze Dry Lapras also just puts in work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Whiskey bringing the Incineroar definitely makes me feel like he's prepped for Sun.
Yep.
Galvantula, I'm guessing probably here for Sticky Web support. It also... Energy Ball is pretty good on Gastrodon here, so that's a good thing. If it can kill that Gastrodon, that'll be good for him, because Gastrodon's a real problem for Whiskey.
He really does not have any dedicated checks to Gastrodon besides Energy Ball from what's his face, and that will not take him out.
Yeah. Yeah. A bit of a spoiler, this Clefairy does have Solar Beam, and Lasden has done a video on this match already. Feel free you should go check it out. I sort of agree with him that I don't think the Solar Beam was a good bring from Whiskey. I understand the thought process behind having a very specific counter to sort of catch Post off guard, but the problem with that, I feel, is that the conditions for Clefairy actually, the best use of its turn being Sun is up, and the best use of my turn is using Solar Beam on a Gastrodon versus Heal Pulsing while the Sun is up while Gastrodon is out. What you get from that is not worth the slot, if that makes sense.
It's not worth the opportunity cost.
Yeah, the opportunity cost on that was really, really bad. That's the main thing I have to say. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, Post wins the Weather Wars a lot better, and Gastrodon presents a real problem for Pokemon like Urshifu and
yeah, the
Swampert.
interesting thing is that if Post leads Charizard, Whiskey actually has no ability to stop Charizard from using Solar Beam turn 1. Because if Pelipper comes in, Rain goes up, then Charizard
Mega evolves and gets the Sun back up. So yeah,
so there's actually no way at all for him to stop a Solar Beam turn 1.
Yeah. Alright, let's get straight into it. Yeah, this was a very hype matchup. So yep, there's the Charizard. So we're getting a Sun and Zeraora. Zeraora, I feel like we didn't mention enough. The fact that it gets both Plasma Fists and Close Combat, I just feel like is very good here. So there's the Drought. And there's the other Mega. But it's not fast.
Is going to Protect here.
Yep, very smart play there.
Yep, Fake Out into Galv makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I mean, this turn basically played out exactly how it should have.
Yep.
So, very good turn from both players there. Moving into the next one.
Good of him not to go Pelipper turn 1, because then his Pelipper is out while Sun is up, putting him in a horrible position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Volt Switch, he's going to come back, bring out Pelipper now.
Which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it goes for the Surf. So, yeah.
I don't know about the Surf. I don't know why he has Surf.
Yeah, that should definitely be Waterfall. That was probably a mistake. Surf is a special move. That is not something that Mega Swampert wants to use.
Not really.
The Earthquake probably would have been better because, even if Charizard stayed in. I mean, if Charizard stayed in, I guess, you want to be careful about the the Solar Beam wouldn't have went off, actually. And Post knew that.
No, it would not.
Yeah, Post knew that. So, you know, getting rid of the Zera Aura probably would have been good. Even if he switched into, like, Murkrow there, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just seemed like a weird play there, but...
Or just Waterfall straight up into that slot.
Not protecting here to avoid the Volt Switch for something from Zera Aura, but, you know, Swampert's very fast now, so Zera Aura was going to go down regardless. And so does...
Venusaur slurps it all back.
Yeah. The crit did not matter there at
Definitely
all.
not.
Yeah, so this puts Venusaur in a very good position. It is not fast until now.
Now it's fast.
Now it's fast, and now Urshifu's got a big problem on its hands. In comes Gastrodon. Using Detect. Probably pretty smart here.
Yep, goes to the Detect to avoid the certain death from Venusaur.
Now, Fire-type Weather Ball. That's a great move there.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good play there. Galv comes back.
Comes out. And so does Incineroar, so a double switch from Whiskey Tattoo.
Mm-hmm. And going for the Protect there. That makes some sense, I think, yeah. And the... Okay, now we're putting this thing to sleep, which doesn't really matter because it's just going to Volt Switch out.
Yeah.
In comes Lapras. Makes sense. Fake out, okay. Is it... No, it's Volt Switching, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Lapras did not want to take that.
And it doesn't really mind.
Yeah. Okay. Galv. Okay. A lot
comes back out.
of switches. Another Protect here. Now this is where... So, yeah, I mean, going for the Yawn on that I think makes a lot of sense. The Solar Beam here comes out. Even without the Rindo Berry, that didn't kill.
Yep, it lived without the Rindo Berry.
Yeah. Now, Galv needs to Energy Ball here.
Basically, yeah.
But it goes for Thunder Wave instead. Unfortunate. And Freeze Dry is gonna fucking... Yeah, Freeze Dry was such an easy play into that slot.
Yep, and now Post has won the Weather War because Pelipper went down.
Yeah, Pelipper's down, so it'll be Sun from here on out. Now, okay, so now Galv leaves. Yeah, it needed... Gastrodon's a fucking problem now.
And Post forgets about Unseen Fist.
Oops. Bye, Lapras.
The Protect made sense if it was any Pokemon other than Urshifu.
Yep. And
but now Zard comes out and Sun is here to stay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that switch into Murkrow? What do you think?
The double?
Yeah.
I think it was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think Post had the momentum, and he didn't need to do this.
Yeah, and Quash ain't gonna work because you got Prankster, and that's a Dark type. Sorry, bud. And the taunt is now up, which
taunted.
means...
And now Murkrow is taunted.
Yeah. Earth Power and Heal Pulse. This is just fun in a bun. You love to see it.
Yeah, so naturally Post's decision here is to put the dumb Clefairy to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck, it's taken...
It takes a ton from Flare Blitz because anything that's Sun boosted just does so much damage.
Yeah. Goes for the Protect here. That's nice. So he's waiting for that Clefairy to fall asleep.
Yep.
Yep, just...
To stop the redirection.
He's gonna go for an Earth Power. That Clefairy's never fucking dying. Not like this.
It's such a pain in the butt Pokemon.
In comes Murkrow again to take the Flare Blitz to keep Charizard alive, which I think is good. I think that's a good play.
Yeah, I think that one makes sense.
Yeah, and at this point, yeah, I mean, Murkrow's alive. It needs to get up a Tailwind now, because it's gonna die.
Yeah, if Clefairy was guaranteed that turn of sleep, it had to stay asleep there. Now, at this point, it could wake up.
Now, he goes for that, interestingly enough. I did not see that coming, but it does get rid of the Galvantula. I thought Tailwind was the play there, but...
Yep, Clefairy gets the first turn wake. Heal Pulse is nothing.
Heal Pulse is nothing, and then here we go. Okay. So yeah, at this point, Incineroar has Fake Out. It is going to Fake Out that.
Yeah, personally, I would have faked out Gastrodon there. Interesting that he went for Yawn there. I definitely would not have done that. I would have just killed Incineroar.
Just killed Incineroar, right, exactly. That's what I was thinking. And then, yeah, this is fucking starting off. At least the Tailwind's up now, which is really good. This puts Post in a really good position to end the game.
Yeah, I mean, even if Incineroar died and he had Urshifu now with Clefairy support, I think he's in a winning position because he gets up Tailwind for free.
Yeah. Okay, and now he's not got the fastness I mean, he has
two
tail.
Earth powers.
Yeah, double Earth power into that slot. Clefairy's asleep. Nothing it can do. Yeah, switching. Yeah, Clefairy is kind of a dead slot right now.
Yeah, because it's asleep.
There's not too much it can do.
Urshifu comes in at half. Venusaur is actually faster.
Yeah, because the Tailwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never remember Tailwind if it's not a match I'm playing.
True. Yeah. Even when it is a match I'm playing, I forget. And that's going to be the game. Sludge Bomb is going to take that out. So that was a really good match from both players. I think there were a couple mistakes here and there. I think, namely, Whiskey could have played Galvantula better and potentially Swampert. And Post, I think there were a couple of calls that he made surrounding Murkrow and potentially, and also, of course, there was the Lapras Protect, which was a big blunder.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, Lapras was probably the best thing to sack. So it clicking Protect and not being able to get an attack off anyway, it was really the same either way.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, Gastron put in freaking work though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is going to be it for Quick Ball this week. Moving into Timer Ball, we're starting off with Lasdun versus Diggory. This was a match.
Oh, this was a long match.
This is one. Oh man. Okay. So what are the thoughts on the preview?
I hate Rillaboom.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
That's one thought, though. How about the other thoughts? We're gonna get that one every week.
Illumise is here. I don't really know why.
Tailwind?
I guess.
Does it even get it? Yeah, it probably gets it, right?
I think so. I don't remember. Who knows Pokemon facts about Illumise?
I don't know, dude.
Not me. I don't.
I like Naganadel into this team.
I like Naganadel into basically everything except Heatran.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
But everything else it does really well into.
Mm-hmm.
Gyarados is, I mean, good.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel about the Hariyama pick?
Hariyama, I think, is all right here. I mean, I think it is one of Diggory's 2 fake out users.
Mm-hmm.
I think he only has 2. I don't remember.
The other one being Boom, of course.
Yeah, but being able to get a fake out into something like Raichu or Illumise is nice without having to put Rillaboom in danger.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense. Comfy, horribly annoying in grassy terrain. Just awful.
Yeah. What's the where's the smart money?
I think Diggory because of Rillaboom. Stupid Rillaboom.
All right, you heard it all.
I hate Rillaboom.
Yeah, you've got a mental block with Rillaboom. Oh,
I hate him.
Alright, so Intimidate coming out. That's actually, Rillaboom does not appreciate that.
Not particularly, but he also doesn't really care because he's Rillaboom.
Yeah. I was gonna get the fake out on the Illumise. There's another one. Fake out. Nothing's happening. Although you are at 0.5 attack now, which is not great.
And he can fake it out again if he so chooses.
Yep.
However, fake out doesn't really do chip in this kind of game because of the grassy terrain. It's going to be always up.
A lot of switches for the U-turn. Oh man, I forgot.
He turned into a ground type is wild.
Ice Punch does a fuck ton there because Florges has no physical defense.
Even so, that was a crit.
Yeah.
Gyarados Megas, which loses its Intimidate, but also gains its nice little stats and Ground Stab.
Yeah, and the Waterfall's not going to hit there. Heavy Slam, also not going to hit there. Yeah, I think at this point, the Florges is dead meat with Hariyama on the field.
A little bit.
But it switches out. Ally switch! That was a double switch, so it didn't matter. Boom, takes the Waterfall, Water Compaction is boosted. And now Diggory's gonna start healing it up and just letting it have more defense.
Yeah.
The fact that it did not die from that waterfall actually impressed me.
Yeah. I'd assume it was just max defense.
I guess
or something.
so, yeah. The Shadow Ball's gonna do...
Yeah, because that Shadow Ball did 19.
Yeah. I mean, it's against a Florges in fairness.
Yeah. Grassy terrain goes down, and now it goes back up.
There it is. You missed it. And the waterfall's not going to do too much there because Rillaboom's got it all.
Yeah.
This doesn't take damage, and it kills everything. Yep, you can Earth Power that thing now. It is no longer a flying type.
Yeah. Diggory's getting some chip. I think one of his big win cons in this match is Latios. So
sure, yeah. I mean, Ice Beam is going to be huge.
Yeah, so getting some chip for Latios to be able to come in the end game and just pick things off, definitely very helpful.
Yeah, Grassy Glide, only gonna do about 50% there. This thing's got a life orb. Fuck this thing.
I hate Rillaboom.
Naganadel, he's here.
Grassy Glide to Naganadel does like 20%, which is just so stupid. It 4 times resists.
4 times resist, yeah. And here comes the Z Twinkle Tackle. But that's a thick-ass boy. He's got an assault vest on. He ain't dying.
Yeah, he is a thick boy.
Yeah, and now he's got heavy slam, so, you know, don't want to take that. But he switches, double switch again. The Heatran switch here makes a lot of sense. Gonna resist that Draco.
Yeah, Heatran is kind of the dedicated switch into Naganadel.
Yeah, but gets the...
But he didn't power grounds it for water, or I don't know. No, it was just ground. It was the Sugar Berry.
Yeah, because Sugar Berry, yeah. And switches in land. There's just a hell of a lot of switching here.
Yeah, there's so much switching going on in
Nothing
this match.
has died. And here comes Latios.
Here comes Mr. Wincon.
Yeah, but it is a Prankster Tailwind versus a Scarf, which does not look good for Latios, though.
Yeah.
Oops.
Tailwind goes up, which means Landorus goes next. Gets a big hit off on Latios.
Do you think that was the correct play there, or do you think killing that Heatran would have been better? I think probably hitting the Latios was a better play.
I think hitting the Latios made sense.
Yeah, because you would have lost Thunder or fucking Landorus otherwise to the Ice Beam.
Yep.
None of these intimidates matter, but who cares? In comes Comfy. I'm guessing a Protect here. No? Oh, was it a switch? No, it wasn't. I don't know. Well, by Agwav Berry. And the Waterfall's going to take that thing out.
Heatran goes down.
Yeah, so Lasman's a good place right now with the Tailwind. The Grassy Surge is back up, though. Is that going to take out the horse?
Good thing Tailwind doesn't do anything when there's Rillaboom.
Yep. Oh, look, it's full health.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow, Fake Out did fucking 25% of its health.
Yeah, Naganadel's not very bulky.
True.
That Rillaboom sure would have been dead. But it's fine now.
Yeah. Another Fake Out, immune to that. Good play. Yep. Draining Kiss is not going to do very much, and then I think the Sludge Bomb's just going to murder it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Takes out Comfy.
Gets a special attack boost.
But revealing the special attack boost shows that Naganadel is not actually that fast. It's modest.
Yeah, and Tailwind is now gone, which means that Latios is going to go first. He does have the Follow Me, which is very nice. Goes for the Draco, misses the Draco, which is the saddest thing.
Yeah, that's a really bad miss.
God, yeah. I mean, that potentially changed the outcome of the match. I don't know for sure, but it made a big difference.
Most likely, because then Naganadel is back to neutral. And Latios is dead.
Yeah, and then Thundurus would have had a pretty easy time. But you know,
Naganadel gets up the Tailwind.
Yeah, that previous turn, it looked bad, and it was bad. Bringing in the Thundurus when that thing is choice locked into Ice Beam, not a good play. Definitely, Gyarados was the way to go there, but he misread the previous turn and thought that Naganadel was going to go first and get up the Tailwind.
But the Latios is in fact scarfed.
Yeah. Do you think that regardless of whether or not Naganadel went first, do you think Gyarados was the better bring-in there? I feel like it was.
I think Gyarados would have been nice to bring in there.
Yeah, because the Crunch is going to be super effective on both of these, and, you know, the Ice Beam isn't going to do much to it.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
I don't remember how much health Gyarados has right now, though.
It is 56.8.
Okay, so it would have been okay to bring in.
Yeah. That seemed like a mistake. But now,
the problem is that Landorus late game doesn't even help you that much against what's left.
Yeah, I mean it's mainly Bulu, right?
The better one, yeah, the better Bulu.
Sorry, yeah, Rillabulu.
Yeah.
There's the crunch.
So Harry
Dazzling
comes in to take the
Wind's gonna
crunch,
take it out.
does no damage, but now he's gone.
Now he's gone. And fucking shore up.
Yeah, dude.
And here, this is probably the Latios, or no, it's the Denki Knag. I guess.
Yep, no intimidates left. This stupid thing just does a lot of damage now.
It's just gonna start grassy gliding. Double protect here.
Double protect to give Rillaboom back some HP.
Yeah, just want to make sure it heals up. I guess they were double targeting, expecting the ally switch.
Yeah.
And then here comes the ally switch. So you were right. You were just one turn off. Grassy Glide annihilates it. Grassy Glide takes it out, but so does that. It's down.
Yep, but now Latios can come in, drop a Draco Meteor, and finish off the game,
Yeah,
unless
game
it
is
misses, like Lazadin's did.
Yeah, because Tailwind is gone now. Yeah, Lazadin tried to get in with those Tailwinds, but it just goes straight for the Aura Sphere.
Oh, Aura Sphere, yeah.
Boom. Match over. That was a good one. A lot of good switches. Lazadin really, the Draco was a big miss for him.
Yeah.
And then after that, just sort of being tilted off of that, misplaying with the Lando when Gyarados probably would have been a better bring in.
I'm not sure if the game was winnable, but regardless, I think Gyarados was the switch in.
Yeah. All right, well, but otherwise, good match. Moving on to Technovoid versus Ultra Platinum. I'm gonna give it. I think I'm giving this one to Technovoid. This team looks pretty solid right now.
I think you're delusional.
Yeah, probably. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know how much, prep or how much of this we can give for my teams. I mean, what do you think, other than the fact that one of these teams has Giratina and the other has Baham?
Yeah, I would certainly give the advantage to the one with the Giratina.
For sure, yeah. I see Porygon here, and I see, okay, so he also wants Trick Room. Potentially he wants my Trick Room to come down, so I'm sort of trying to bait out a Trick Room out of him. He's actually in the same position where he's just like, he's going to set up Trick Room for me, so I don't even need to run Trick Room.
Yeah.
Scorch makes a lot of sense here as a switch in for Mawile. Nidoqueen makes a lot of sense here against like Magneton and Runerigus. Giratina's just really good here. Yeah.
Yeah, Giratina kind of just picks up a KO on anything it wants to.
Yeah, with the exception of like potentially Aromatisse and Magneton, it can pretty much one-shot anything I have, most likely. Or maybe not
Even
one-shot.
Magneton, it has Earth Power.
True. Okay, well, let's go into it. Smart Money is probably on TDD Ultra Platinum, all things considered.
Yeah.
So I'm leading in with a double TR set. Baham doesn't actually have TR, but I'm sort of baiting him into thinking I do, but he doesn't actually lead with anything that starts TR, so I'm like, alright, come in Magneton.
Yeah.
I was expecting a fake out there. Didn't fake me out, but I did switch in, so the Shadow Force is not going to do a thing. Now Shadow Force in a Trick Room was actually a really smart play from him bringing Shadow Force, because now Shadow Force goes before anything else, before Trick Room's up, and then goes after everything else once Trick Room gets set up. So knowing that I was going to bring Trick Room makes that actually a really smart bring of a move.
Yeah, Shadow Force in this game, it kind of popped off.
I think that was really smart. Bringing in the Scorch here. Not sure what the purpose of that was. I guess I don't know what it did. I guess to beat Magneton, but Magneton wasn't out yet. I don't know. Anyways, I have the Reflect up. Bringing in Nidoqueen, which makes a lot of sense. I'm going for a Moonblast. I should have expected the switch there, but alas, Thunderbolt's not going to do much.
Not through the light screen, nope.
And Fire Lash is going to do a bunch. So he's going for Protect, but I don't really care about that too much. I'm going for Wishes, baby. I'm trying to Volt Switch out, but I cannot. He, on the other hand, is actually expecting an Ally Switch there. I'm not running Ally Switch. But I'm gonna. So I'm using Wish's like buff here. Was it a Gen 8 buff or a Gen 7 buff?
What are you talking about?
The if you bring in something with full health.
That is Healing Wish, sir.
Oh.
Not Wish.
Oh, not Wish? I'm an idiot. Okay. I didn't realize I was wasting wishes. Oops. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to bring in something later and have it get a buff. I guess. Oops.
Nope, this is just if Behem takes damage now, it gets restored.
So I steal your Flash Fire, fuck you. The switch in there is I wanted to send a Scorch to hit that slot.
Yeah, see, now the Wish comes out.
Yeah, now the Wish comes out, yeah. And then...
And it would have come out whether he got hurt or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, this Porygon presents a real fucking issue to me.
Yeah.
Because my entire team is spec'd to deal with physical attackers because most of his Pokemon are physical attackers, and this Porygon's just going to come in here, be bulky, and say, my download gives me special attack.
Yeah.
So I was expecting a switch into one of the fairy types there, but he ally switches and takes out Rune. But I figured it was going to die that turn anyway, so I used Destiny Bond, take out that Nidoqueen. I was hoping to take out something more dangerous, but I mean, oh well. Magneton's still alive, and Nidoqueen's gone, so I'll take it.
Yeah, Nidoqueen's not a bad one to take out.
Yeah. Flash Cannon gonna do a solid hit there. So I knew for a fact that the Sucker Punch I would survive a Sucker Punch through the Reflect. The Reflect is down now, but I can still survive it due to that. But he's not even a running Sucker Punch. But I made a pretty big mistake here. I knew I was going to live no matter what. But on this turn here, now I'm thinking, now he can Sucker Punch me and I will die. So I make the switch, which was unfortunate for me because he didn't have it and I would have gotten the kill. Or I guess not because he protected. Oops. Never mind. And he goes for the Ice Beam. So, I mean, Behem probably would have died there regardless, actually.
Yeah, but getting Silvally in as the Trick Room goes down is nice.
Yeah. That was sort of the goal. And I do have a Fire Silvally. Reason for that is just because a lot of his Pokemon deal not very effective damage to fire, and having a fire type multi-hit is better than like Flamethrower for me against Mawile. Going for Crunch, doing a solid bit of damage. I actually and oof, there goes that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Z Poltergeist to deal with this Giratina, but the big problem with that is that now he has a normal type out on the field with Ally Switch, which puts me in a really bad position.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, so I'm going up for Trick Room again. He, again with the Shadow Force, just such a smart play. I know that Shadow Force breaks through Protect, but I needed to make sure the Ice Beam didn't hit me so that I could survive a hit. And he goes for that thing anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in comes down to Scorch, and I'm like, okay, so the only... I needed to go for Rock Slides here and hope for flinches, because I was not comfortable using Poltergeist into the Porygon, and it ends up working out because he brings in Sun Scorch for me, which means that now if Mawile comes in, I can reasonably kill it.
Yeah, it's tough. You kind of just have... I feel like you have to call the Ally Switch because Rock Slide just isn't doing enough damage.
Yeah, I was really hoping for flinches on the Giratina, but I sack Behem at this point. I know what slot the Shadow Force is going into. I need to get up my Reflect for when the next thing comes up. Trick Room is going down, so this is a really good time to sack Behem and bring in Silvally.
Yeah.
So Trick Room's down, Reflect is up. Silvally is not looking good. I forgot that this thing got Fake Out, which means that it's very dead. I went for Crunch there. Or I may have gone for Parting Shot. I don't remember what I did. Regardless, I forgot that it was going to get faked out. Fucking does a ton with Moonblast. Way more than I thought, honestly. And at this point, I actually no longer need the Z Poltergeist to take this thing out. Regular Poltergeist kills it. So at this point, the Spirit Break, that hurts me so much.
Yeah, Steven not going for Shadow Force here was a big misplay.
Yeah, because Shadow Force would have definitely just ended the game.
Yeah.
At that point. But he brings this in, and since I'm lowered special attack, don't kill that thing. Granted, he could have on the previous turn just gotten up Light Screen, and yeah, I whiff it anyways, like an idiot. Oops. Yeah.
Now, here, going for Rock Slide, I think is just correct, because you can't kill the Porygon anyway.
Yeah, the Porygon's not dead. I was like, maybe I'll hit the Mawile. Maybe I'll hit the Mawile, maybe I won't. I just keep going for Rock Slide. I'm like, please give me a flinch. Please give me a flinch. But no flinches to be had. I'm done. I'm done. Now I go first, and I do get to take this thing out, which is nice. But at this point, I mean, I know I cannot beat Porygon, and I just need to hope that my Reflect is enough to let me survive. But it is not, because Porygon is faster as well. I think I would have survived the Iron Head by itself, but not alongside the Ice Beam.
Yeah.
So that is the match. I think Steven, with the one exception of the one Shadow Force that he should have done, he got too, what's that word? Not anxious, like, he wanted the game to end quicker, so he just went for Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
But I only had one choice on that turn, and that was to protect and set up Trick Room again. That was my only play with Dhelmise and Aromatisse being my last Pokemon. But other than that misplay, I think the Shadow Force was such a good bring into this.
Yep.
Okay.
Shadow Force is just really good in general.
Moving on to the final match, you versus Peanut. Tell me about what you're looking at.
Alright, so since I played this match, I'll just talk about it from my perspective. Going into this match, I was like, if Mew is offensive, then I need Tailwind up to deal with it, because Urshifu only outspeeds Tailwind up, because I'm running Adamant, and Mew is 100 speed, Urshifu is 97. Most of my team is speed crept to deal with Mew. Latias outspeeds Mew by 2 points, Weavile outspeeds it by 1. The main thing I need in this match is I need his fast Pokemon gone, so I don't know if that includes Mew yet, but I do know it includes Xurkitree, because I'm sure it's Scarfed. Just looking at his team comp, it has to be.
Yeah.
And it definitely includes Aerodactyl. And Aerodactyl, if possible, I want to kill it before it gets Tailwind up. I'm assuming it is Scarfed, which means Fake Out into Ice Shard will kill it, Triple Axle...
Well, it can't be Scarfed if
I mean Sashed.
Sashed, okay, yeah.
So, I decide that based on this, if Aerodactyl was not here, I would have led Latias Urshifu to get the Tailwind up immediately, and then kill something with Urshifu just being suddenly fast. But since Aerodactyl is here, I decided to lead Weavile Smeargle.
Okay. Alright, and let's see what he goes for. So yeah, you do that because you see the Aerodactyl, and he's leading with Xurkitree, who is tiny, and Pincurchin.
Yeah, why is Xurkitree so small? I don't know. So, turn 1 basically goes perfectly for me.
Yep.
As I fake out the Xurkitree, assuming it is Scarfed so it can't protect. And it is Scarfed because it flinches before Weavile goes, and then Weavile takes it out with Triple Axle.
Nice. So that is one of the biggest threats out of the way for you.
Basically, my win con is both Aerodactyl and Xurkitree need to be gone, and Urshifu needs to be full health, and then I win the game.
But at this point, you have no way of stopping a Tailwind here, except getting up your own Tailwind. That'll do it.
Yeah, no, my Tailwind was guaranteed faster because Smeargle got the
2x speed boost, yeah, which was really nice for it. And he does not Mega here, meaning the Terrain Pulse does not kill.
Yeah.
Would have otherwise.
I'm like, okay, well, my Smeargle is so fast that I'm going to instruct my Weavile, but I misclick and I instruct his Blastoise.
So he uses Follow Me a second time, it fails. Big misclick there.
Yeah. Blastoise would have been in like 20% at this point.
But he gets
now his Tailwind goes up, which I didn't think it was going to, but it did.
Yeah.
So at this point, I properly instruct my Weavile, which this would have killed the Blastoise, but also Weavile would have been dead if he Mega'd, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
Ironhead takes out the Weavile before Weavile gets his second turn.
And Terrain Pulse is going to bring it down to Sash.
Terrain Pulse brings Smeargle down to his Sash. But for me, I'm like, hey, I'm looking pretty good. All I gotta do is kill Aerodactyl.
Yeah, and then Urshifu.
And then wait for his Tailwind to go out, and then I win the game.
Yeah, so you get up a Baneful Bunker, which is hilarious. He goes for it, which is to be expected. Gets poisoned instead.
Yeah, because here, Aerodactyl is 100% my priority target.
Yeah.
Blastoise is not a threat at this low HP.
Yeah, because
so
you just
got Aerodactyl, which means his only win condition left in my mind to beat Urshifu is Fast Mew. Which I don't know if his Mew is fast or it's support yet. I was like, hey, I get a free Tailwind here since my Smeargle's +3 speed. Oh, never mind, he dies to Bullet Punch.
Yeah.
But this turn is fine for me because this ends his Tailwind, which allows me to bring out Urshifu and Rhyperior. Urshifu being the fastest thing on the field, and Rhyperior being unable to die to a Bullet Punch. So this turn is super important. Blastoise was dead no matter what it did.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter. So I take out the Blastoise, and then I get super, super important chip. You can pause the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because that high horsepower doing less than 50 means that Mew is max HP. In my mind, that means he's either support, he's like fast support with max HP, and potentially Dazzling Gleam just to beat Urshifu, or he's just pure support. So at this point, I have to scout Mew with Sucker Punch, and if Sucker Punch, if he does any support move, I can assume he's not max speed.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I don't straight up Wicked Blow here is because I need to check if he's like max speed Dazzling Gleam just to kill Urshifu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if he's faster than you, then Urshifu's gone. But if not, then you can Wicked Blow and kill it.
Yeah, so that's what I do on this turn.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Sucker Punch, it fails as he gets up Reflect. Reflect does nothing. Does nothing. Does not matter. Rhyperior gets the chip I need on Metagross, and then dies to Iron Head, which is actually kind of better for me.
Because you get to bring Moltres in?
Yeah, because now Moltres comes in. Urshifu gets a Wicked Blow right through the Reflect. Doesn't matter because he's critting.
See ya.
Takes out the Mew that I know is not faster now.
Yeah, and Heat Wave is going to go through that Reflect as well.
And then Pincurchin certainly cannot 1v2 these Pokemon.
No, I cannot.
He rises to a combination of Wicked Blow plus Scorching Sands.
Yeah. Good match. Okay. Alright, so that was week 1. Hope everyone enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on MVP? I have 2 in mind, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
I don't know. What were your thoughts?
So
I never remember to think about it.
Oh, okay. For Quick Ball, I was, and I think we just do one. It doesn't have to be one from Quick Ball, one from Timer Ball, but just sort of my 2 thoughts. For one, I think Post's match against Whiskey was pretty good, so I was thinking about giving it to Post. He did make a couple of misplays, and he did have the advantage there, but Whiskey was, and I'm not saying Whiskey did do this, but Whiskey had the ability to go back and, see how Post plays, see like that kind of stuff. Whiskey was a complete wild card for us. Nobody had any idea how he was going to do besides potentially Diggory, so I think Post had a really tough mental matchup going into that game, and I think he played it well enough to win. And the other one I was thinking Meteor Bower just for that fucking Shadow Force shenanigans. I thought I would potentially outplay him, and then he outplayed me, and I gotta respect that. But what are you thinking? I also think your analysis of this match is also really strong, though.
I mean, my analysis of my matches is always going to be better because I played them.
Yeah. But I mean, just the way you thought about each turn and how that ended up working out for you. But what do you think?
I think I'm okay with giving it to either Post or Steven.
Well, who do you want to give it to more?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who do you want to give it to more?
I don't know. I mean, I think Meteor Bower is, in my mind, the favorite for this week, just because Post did, do some stuff. He did make both of those players made mistakes in their matches. I should make that clear. But while Post sort of was just doing like the mental game with an opponent he never played before, Steven was doing a mental game against someone he very much had played against before, and we were both trying to outsmart each other in that match, because the only way I can win a match is by outsmarting my opponent, and he completely turned that around on me, and I just thought that was really, really impressive.
Sure,
I'm not saying I'm hard to outsmart, but just the combination of things between the Porygon and the Giratina, I just thought was really hilarious and impressive. So, Meteor Bower it is.
I think so. I think that's good.
Cool. All right, because he knew my team, he played directly into it and won. It was great. Okay, all right. Well, that's been week 1. Geez, almost coming up on an hour here. That's okay though. We'll see you all next week with week 2.
Woo!
Bye-bye.
Bye.